Hello there everybody and welcome back to another speed paint video. This week I'm going to be drawing some cryptids themed around chocolate because frankly I just thought that would be a lot of fun. I love doing cryptid art and I needed some new designs for my teaser page and some new ideas for some stickers I wanted to sell. And I just love making candy themed designs for things. I mean, if you've been following me on the channel for a while, you know dang well that is a theme that I love to come back to. So without further ado, let's get into the speed paint. Obviously, I had to start with our channel mascot, the Mothman. I mean, Mothman is my favorite. This one, I kind of took an approach like it's a graham cracker dipped in chocolate with a bunch of rainbow sprinkles on it, because I just thought that would be a lot of fun to draw. I gave this guy lots of fun textures to really emphasize the graham crackery sort of feel, and I also tried to make the chocolate feel very melty and drippy everywhere, so that way it would make it asymmetrical in a way that felt like a lot of fun. I even dipped his little feet in chocolate to give it a little bit like he's wearing socks. I thought that would be super duper cute. And I just had a lot of fun putting the sprinkles on there too. I made the eyes different colors because, frankly, I just love drawing characters that have different colored eyes. And I think that's just a lot of fun, especially in a design that's so focused on the multicolored aspect of it. For this and the rest of these today, I'm going to be shading them in a halftone style, which basically means I'm going to be using an airbrush style kind of approach in Clip Studio Paint, converting it into a halftone layer, and then making the frequency really, really low so that way the dots are super duper big and very fun and stylized. I just love the sort of faux print look that you get with a halftone approach. And I just think it's so stylized and fun, and I don't know, I love the halftone look. And with something as fun as candy and with all these little round elements, I just think they all go together really well. My next cryptid I wanted to include was the Flatwoods Monster. The Flatwoods Monster has a lot of similar shapes to the Mothman, so I felt like she would be an easy second one to do. Just like the Mothman, I did like a graham cracker dipped in chocolate sort of approach, and I also made different tiers of chocolate in her design, so most of her is dominated by having like the milk chocolate sort of aesthetic, but then the interior of the hood and the collar are both more of a darker brown color to give a darker dark chocolate aesthetic. I thought that it would make it a lot more readable as far as values go, and I just thought it would be fun. I made her fingers different colors, like as almost if she's like a bunch of gummy candies. I don't know, I was trying to get something a little gummy worm adjacent. I don't know, that's so weird thinking about gummy worm fingers, but visually I think it works really well and I think it's super duper cute. Honestly, her head kind of ended up looking like a takoyaki a little bit, but like a candy takoyaki with sprinkles on it. Maybe a cake pop is a little bit more appropriate for a dessert rather than takoyaki, but still, that's kind of what she looks like. I think it's super cute though. Unlike the Mothman, her eyes are the same color. I thought about making them a different color, but I couldn't find a way I was happy with it with this one, with this composition, I guess, so I ended up going with this approach where it's largely yellow with some of the cool colors added for fun and visual interest. And these sprinkles tended to be a lot chunkier here on the Flatwoods Monster than on the Mothman, but I still think she came out really cute. I love drawing the Flatwoods Monster. She's just full of very fun little shapes, and I had a lot of fun dipping her in some chocolate and putting some cute little sprinkles on her. Our next cryptid is one that is slightly less known, but to me, it's a classic. It's the Tsuchinoko. If you aren't familiar with the Tsuchinoko, it's a Japanese cryptid of a snake who, instead of being long and skinny, is very short and fat. And that's pretty much the gist of it. This little guy is super cute. I just love this thing. I love a cryptid that's basically just an animal, but weird. Like, I mean, a lot of real-life cryptids that turned out to be real animals are like that, right? You have the okapi, you have the platypus. Those are both just, like, animals that are odd, that are so weird that people thought they weren't real. And, I don't know, I feel like the Tsuchinoko is a cryptid like that to me. Like, I feel like so many of them have the fantastical element. But to me, the Tsuchinoko, it's just a fun little chunky snake. It is so rotund, which is such an adjective you don't usually use for a snake. I love this little guy so much. If you didn't know, the Pokemon Dunsparce is actually based on the Tsuchinoko, so that's why Dunsparce is so round and chunky too. Apparently in the lore, like, Tsuchinoko likes to drink and lie, apparently, which I think is really funny, because it's like, how does he even drink? He doesn't have any arms or anything. But he's super cute. I took like a gummy worm sort of approach with the different stripes on his body. I gave him 2 different colored eyes. I gave him slitted pupils that are highlights because I thought that would be cute, derpy, and fun. And yeah, I just had fun with this one. Tsuchinoko is always a pleasure to draw, and I had a lot of fun with these little gummy fruit tape sort of tongue too. I thought that was just super cute. I gave him lots of little sugary like sprinkles and stuff. And man, Tsuchinoko is just one of my favorite cryptids to draw. Next up, we have another very classic cryptid. It's the Loch Ness Monster, or Nessie. I actually forgot to hit record until very deep into this process, so you're seeing her already with all the colors laid down. I made her sort of like a gummy candy and then dipped that in chocolate as the aesthetic instead of making her a graham cracker like the other two. So I just thought that would be really cute. I had a lot of fun just working on like that gummy rainbow here. I love working with that sort of aesthetic. I use that kind of pattern a lot when I make skins on Flight Rising, actually, so I have a lot of things on there that kind of have, like, sort of gradient rainbow. I just think it's very fun to lay down the colors and blend them out, and then throw that sort of citric acid sprinkle on top that makes it look sugary and sweet. I gave her these eyes that are very light cream colored, because I had the idea that maybe they would be white chocolate. I thought that would be super cute. And Nessie's always a pleasure to draw. I feel like she's got a lovely shape about her. She's just so curvy and fun. Her flippers are so cute. I feel like you can draw her as long as you want, as chunky as you want, and she still reads very clearly, and I think that's just one of the coolest things about Nessie. She's just such a fun little lake monster to draw, and I always have a lot of fun with her. Our last cryptid in chocolate is probably going to be the most classic of them all. That's right, it's Bigfoot, Sasquatch, or whatever else you would like to call him. This guy, it's a lot of fun. For him, instead of making him look like he's like dipped in something, I wanted to make it look like his regular like skin kind of looks graham crackery, but then his fur looks like chocolate. Like I wanted him to really look like a cosmic brownie, but as a guy. And I just thought that would be a lot of fun. I gave him so many sprinkles. I really wanted him to look very cake-like. I made his eyes different colors again to emphasize the multicolor aspect of him. I gave him this fun little pose like he's kind of dancing while he's walking about, but he's still doing that kind of iconic Sasquatch pose where he's walking with his little legs and stuff, and I just thought that would be very fun and cute. I tried to make his silhouette as readable as possible because, I don't know, I feel like out of all the cryptids, I feel like Sasquatch and Nessie have some of the most distinctive silhouettes out of all of them because of those famous pictures of them. I just love these guys. I think they're so fun. When I first learned about cryptids when I was in elementary school, Bigfoot and Nessie were some of the very first I was ever introduced to, so I feel like, to me, they're classics that deserve a spot here on this, and I just had a lot of fun with this guy. He's very simple, but still a lot of fun, and I had fun making him into a bit of a cosmic brownie man. And with that, that is all that I've got for you guys today, so thank you all so much for watching the video. If you like these designs, go check them out on my TEEZR page. They're all available on t-shirts right now as I'm recording. So feel free to go check them out if there's one in particular you really like. I also plan on printing these as stickers soon, and if I do that, I will be selling them on my Palmstreet page. So go follow me on there. This weekend, I'll actually be doing a live stream where I'll be painting live on stream and selling some old stickers and prints that I need to clear out of my inventory. So if you're interested in getting some art for a pretty low price and hanging out while I paint, that is a wonderful way to do so. So come join me Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on Palmstreet, and let's paint together! Another way you can support me is to check out my Ko-fi page. Over there I have stuff like blog posts, my shop, commissions, and all sorts of other stuff. If you want, you can even support me monthly to help me keep making this channel happen. I really appreciate any support I can get. Even just a follow on there is extremely appreciated. And with that, I believe that is all that I've got for all of you guys today. So thank you all again so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. I'll see you next week with a new video. And in the meantime, why don't you guys go out there and make some art?